Next, we have a GameSpot article on just how profoundly flawed the world's first esports association is.
Well, hold on. First off, before we even start this whole thing, before you even spit out anything about the article or anything, every sports league in the world is corrupt. All right, go.
Ain't that the fucking truth?
What it is, FIFA just had to fight back and forth with their president. Roger Goodell's a fucking fucktard. Dude, they're all corrupt. I don't understand why. Go ahead. Go.
Well,
Hashtag Don Mattingly?
The great thing about this is they are literally establishing their sports association with conflict of interest built in.
Yes, they are.
There are literally... I don't even know how to put this. I read the last time I read this was a couple of days ago. But there are pro teams and business interests and all sorts of other... There are people who compete within the esports leagues sitting in the governing body.
Yeah. Let's start with the first question, Clay. GameSpot asked, in order for the WESA to be legitimate, shouldn't it be independent from active esports teams? And the co-founder of the ESL, Ralph fuck you.
Reichart?
Yeah, I know. His name, Ralph, R-A-L-F. Get the fuck out of here. He says, I honestly don't think so. Seriously? If the NFL owned the Dallas Cowboys, there would be pandemonium. So how can you say that you're a legitimate organization when you clearly have interest within the players of the game? It's not in your interest to see that the teams that you're not affiliated with succeed, where it is within your interest to see that the teams you're affiliated with succeed. So if they succeed, even if you didn't do anything to pander to them, it's still going to look like you did. This guy's an idiot.
And you know, the only way to solve that is kind of the same way the NFL did. You know, all of the owners in the NFL are a member of their governing body. Isn't that how it works? Mark Jr.?
No, they vote on who the governing body is of them.
Right, so they all have equal say in how they're governed.
Yeah, and you have to get 85% in order to be a new rule commissioner,
right,
you know,
still,
blah, blah, blah.
It's one team, one vote.
Yes.
That would be the only way they can run it from here on out and seem in any way fair, because they have some people from the inside and some people from the outside, yet not all of the people from the inside or all of the people from the outside.
Can you give them a look at this article so they can just walk through and read the doublespeak of this Ralph fella?
Yeah, dude, this guy's a complete douche. I hope you listen to this, Ralph Reinhardt or whatever. You're a complete douche, bitch. How in the fuck are you going to say it's not an issue? That doesn't even make sense. Well, I don't know if any of y'all are basketball fans, but 3 or 4 years ago, remember when the NBA took over the New Orleans Hornets?
Mm-hmm.
And then they blocked the trade of Chris Paul to the LA Lakers, and everybody cried foul?
Except the Clippers.
Of course, except the Clippers, because they got motherfucking Chris Paul. So, but doesn't that scream dirty?
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you have a...
When there's vested interests interfering with the business of the governing body, you're going to hear that every time.
You should be completely independent of anything to do with the sport other than the oversight of the sport.
This is why every time you turn around, there's a huge scandal in the esports league. Huge.
Yeah,
every time you turn around.
Yeah.
It's because people like this are at the helm, and they're just trying to convince you that it's not a problem when it is so glaringly a problem.
Yeah.
I don't even like esports.
I
don't know why.
I don't understand how they didn't see the flaws in this right from the start.
He knows the flaws. He's just double dipping. That's all it is.
Yeah, he's spinning. There's a lot of what he's doing.
Yeah, he's double speaking. He would make a great, I don't know, senator. I don't know. It's just he doesn't. I would never even if he didn't interfere or provide them with any sort of boost, I would never believe that if one of them won anything major, that it wasn't at his doing.
Well, the thing is, like, here, in the whole thing, he's answering a bunch of questions. And the really deep ones are about, there are 8 teams that are members of the WESA, that is the governing body. Yet there are many, many more teams that participate. And the WESA can issue sanctions. And the interviewer asks, doesn't that seem like biases can be exercised? You've got 8 out of many, many teams that have control to, or some level of control, obviously much more control than any other persons involved, to issue sanctions. How is that not a conflict of interests? And his answer was, sanctions transfer regulation, arbitration, and tournament formats. A literal non-answer.
Mm-hmm. That's all this is.
I will refer all of our viewers and listeners to GameSpot's article by Rob Crossley of May 18, 2016, because this is crazy stupid.